Deion Sanders never speaks without purpose. When he stays silent, it is usually calm before a storm. And right now, the storm clouds hanging over Cleveland are dark, heavy, and dangerous. What started as whispers has grown into a roar that cannot be ignored anymore. Inside league circles, inside media rooms, and inside the Browns' own building, there is a growing belief that something explosive is unfolding. Deion Sanders is not happy. And when Coach Prime is not happy, the entire football world pays attention. This situation did not appear overnight. It has been building slowly, painfully, and publicly. Loss after loss, hits after hits, confusion on the field, frustration in the locker room, and a young quarterback standing in the middle of it all, trying to survive. Shedeur Sanders arrived in the NFL with confidence, preparation, and poise far beyond his years. He came in ready. He came in tough. He came in trained by one of the greatest football minds and competitors the sport has ever known. His father, Deion Sanders, did not raise his son to fail quietly. He raised him to compete, to endure, and to demand excellence. That is why what is happening in Cleveland right now matters far beyond wins and losses. Because this is not just about football. This is about trust. This is about development. This is about whether an organization is doing right by the future face of its franchise. From the outside, fans see sacks, interceptions, and scoreboards. From the inside, Deion Sanders sees something far more troubling. He sees his son being put in danger. He sees a coaching staff that appears overwhelmed. He sees systems that are broken. He sees mistakes that should never happen at the professional level. And most importantly, he sees patterns that suggest nothing is changing. Week after week, Shedeur drops back. Week after week, the pocket collapses. Week after week, he takes hits that no young quarterback should take. These are not rookie mistakes. These are structural failures. These are protection breakdowns. These are communication failures. These are coaching failures. And Deion Sanders knows the difference. Then came the wristband situation, a moment that should have shaken the organization to its core. Wrong plays, confusion at the line, a quarterback blamed for execution when the information itself was wrong. Former players could not believe it. Analysts were stunned. Veterans shook their heads. This is the NFL. These things do not happen unless something is deeply wrong. While Kevin Stefanski spoke about patience and growth, players quietly sent a different message. Effort dipped in. Body language changed. Media members began openly asking if the locker room was lost. When veterans speak carefully but clearly about needing improvement around a quarterback, that is not accidental language. That is a warning. Deion Sanders heard every word. He saw every snap. He felt every hit his son took. And he waited. Because Deion Sanders understands football politics. He understands timing. He understands leverage. And when reports began to surface that he had reached his breaking point, they were not random leaks. They were signals. Behind closed doors, frustration has been building. Not emotional outbursts. Not public rants. Calm, direct conversations with people who matter. Conversations about protection. Conversations about development. Conversations about accountability. Conversations about whether this environment is actually helping Shedeur become the quarterback he is capable of being. According to insiders, those conversations have not led to meaningful change. And that is when things shift. Because Deion Sanders does not threaten, he evaluates, and when he believes a situation is harming his son's career, he does not hesitate to act. The rumors are careful but powerful. No public ultimatum. No microphone moment. Just a clear understanding inside league circles that if major changes do not happen, the future may not be in Cleveland. That is not a bluff. That is not drama. That is a father and Hall of Fame competitor protecting an investment that matters more than anything else. People who dismiss this as overreach do not understand who Deion Sanders is. This is not a stage parent. This is not noise. This is one of the sharpest football minds alive, recognizing dysfunction and calling it out before it is too late. Kevin Stefanski continues to speak about patience. But patience without progress is just stagnation. Development without protection is destruction. And asking a young quarterback to survive chaos is not coaching. It is negligence. Shedeur Sanders has not complained. He has not pointed fingers. He has taken hits and gotten up. He has answered questions with professionalism. He has earned respect inside the locker room. That makes this even more serious. Because when a player does everything right and still suffers, the blame shifts upward. Jimmy Haslam now faces a moment that will define his ownership. Ignore the warning and hope it passes. Or act decisively and prove that Cleveland can finally be a place where quarterbacks are developed instead of broken. Because this is bigger than one coach. This is about credibility. This is about culture. This is about whether the Browns can convince a generational talent and his legendary father that this is a place worth trusting. If Cleveland chooses comfort over change, the consequences will be severe. Losing Shedeur Sanders would not just set the franchise back. It would confirm every negative narrative that has followed this organization for decades. Deion Sanders drawing a line is not chaos. It is clarity. It is the moment when patience ends and accountability begins. The NFL has been put on notice. Cleveland has been put on notice. And the next move will echo for years. Because when Coach Prime decides something is broken, he does not ask politely forever. He demands excellence.